Hey everyone, welcome to my little YouTube channel here again. And if it's your first time tapping on my video, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. Today's January 1st, 2026, and I did feel inclined. I wanted to put something up here today, just because it's a new year. And I don't know, there's something about, the birth of a new year that I feel like we all have a sense of a clean slate. Like no matter what happened yesterday and the year before, we're kind of willing to try to be a better version of ourselves in the new year. Yeah, just a sense of renewedness, I guess. I must be leaning into that today because for the first time in a really long time, I had a sense of resilience today that I haven't felt in a while. I just come off of several months of a lot of pain and heartache and lack of control and helplessness and worry and grief and anxiety and it's tapering off now because some things found closure that I wasn't really hoping for, but it's there all the same. And I went through a lot of periods where it was just one foot in front of the other for a while. But at any rate, so I had this idea percolating in my head of a class based around the Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 pose. And because I haven't done any standing poses really in any of the videos I've put up so far. So a warrior, by definition, is a brave or experienced soldier or a fighter. I don't condone violence or war in any way. I think it's 2026, we can communicate and we can lean into empathy and all of that. But I'm not going to deny there's always an inner battle going on in here for me and probably almost everybody else. And I was thinking about how the Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 pose can help me build in my inner warrior and my inner armor and my inner strength to help propel me forward. And so that's what today's going to be about. And I hope you like it. So as always, sensation is good, pain's not good. I want you to take care of yourself. I don't want you to let your insecurities tell you can do things or you should do things that maybe you can't do. Just look after yourself. Like, I think that that's a big sign of strength right there, is when we can be like, that's not good for me, I'm not going to do that. So something I'm going to be working towards like everybody else. So anyways, I think without further ado, we should get started. So I'd love it if you went and laid down on your mat, just like always. Just give you a moment here. I'm going to have a little sip of water. Okay, so I'm assuming you're down on your mat. And we're going to do what I'm calling the warrior strength. Okay, so soften your face and close your eyes. And we'll start to lean into our palate cleansing breaths here. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. All right, go ahead. We're going to do our body scan, get our brain ready, and give it the memo that we're going to be coordinating some muscles and stuff. So bring your focus just into your big toes. Just your big toes. Feel the sensation of blood circulation happening and the electricity. And then all of our other toes. balls of our feet. And sensing the arches of our feet. And our heels. Sensing the tops of our feet. And our ankles. Sensing the ankles, feet, and toes all at the same time. Really sense the energy and the activity going on in your feet. The blood circulation and the nerves sending messages and receiving messages. Let's come back to our heels and run up the backside of our heels and sense our Achilles tendons. And moving upwards into our lower calves. And our upper calves. And the back of our knees. Sensing our shin bones on the front of our lower legs, from the lowest point to just below the kneecap. And then sensing our kneecaps. Good. Sensing your whole knee, both knees, the knees. Sensing our knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes all at the same time. Sensing the front of our thighs. From the knee cap right to what I like to call the hip headlights, the hip bones on the front side. Really sense the whole front of our thighs. And then sensing our inner thighs. And the outer thighs. And the back of our thighs. From the back of the knee to deep in the glutes, sense the back of your thighs. Sensing our thighs, the knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes all at the same time. Feel the energy, feel the movement, feel the circulation. Come back to those hip headlight bones. bones on the front side. And then sensing the inside of our pelvis. Honing in on the pubic bone. From the pubic bone, following upwards to the base of the ribs and sensing your whole abdominal region. Coming back to the inside of our pelvis and sensing our glutes. And moving upwards and sensing the low back. Good. Sensing the abdominal area, the low back, the pelvis, glutes, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes, all at the same time. Everything from the abdominal area down. Sensing. Good. I'm going to get down on the mat with y'all so that we can do our breath work, and then we're going to be on with some work. Okay, let's find our pentacles, our arms wide to 10 and 2, the legs as wide as comfortable, surrendering your body. If pentacle's not comfortable, then just put your arms by your sides, palms up. We're going to start to shape this breath. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice smooth transitions from inhale to exhale and exhale to inhale. It's one seamless action. The infinity 5. Keep that count going in your head as if your life depended on it. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down the windpipe. As we exhale, warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. Let's take it deeper. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down the windpipe. Bring it into the chest cavity. Feel it against the spine, the upper rib walls, chest bone, collarbones. As we exhale, the chest cavity eases, warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down the windpipe into that chest cavity. Now the rest of the rib cage, the lobes of the lungs, still the spine. As we exhale, lungs, ribs, chest, shoulders, all relax. Warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the mouth or nose. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down that windpipe into the chest cavity, lungs, ribs, and now the belly. As we exhale, the belly eases, lungs, ribs, chest, shoulders all relax. Warm air runs up the windpipe, the back of the mouth, and out the nostrils. Let's go ahead and take 5 more of the very best breaths, the most present breaths. Okay, we're gonna try to keep breathing throughout the whole class. Of course, I would say almost never in yoga do we hold our breath, or in life should we hold our breath. I guess underwater, I don't know, but we're gonna try to keep breathing. You might not always be able to focus on the count or the depth, but we're gonna keep breathing. So let's go ahead and first bend our knees so our feet are on the mat below the hips. Push that low back into the floor, knees to chest, chin to chest. First self hug. Tell yourself you love yourself when you're doing your self hugs here. I love you, self. See, that's not so hard. It's not so bad to admit that we might be lovable. It starts with ourselves. Unfortunately, it's a daily practice. It's not something we just magically one day love ourselves from now on. At least it's not for me. All right, feet on the mat below the hips, hip width apart, hands by our sides. We're gonna do our abs and bridge work, okay? So let's engage the core. So pull that pubic bone up, base ribs down. Those 2 bony landmarks of the rectus abdominis muscle are moving towards each other as we're flexing our stomachs and we're continuing to breathe. Good, keep flexing that stomach, keep pulling that pubic bone up, base ribs down, keep flexing. Okay, all the way through, we're gonna lift up our head, neck, and shoulders, retract those shoulder blades, back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Good, keep that tummy engaged, flexing that stomach like your life depended on it. And then we're gonna slowly lower ourselves down, keep the tummy engaged. Good. Reset it in case, base ribs, pubic bone. Lift on up, retract those shoulders, back of the neck long, crown reaching away. Flex, flex, flex. And lowering down, keep flexing the stomach. And come on up one more time, flexing that stomach, base ribs, pubic bone. Retract those shoulder blades, back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Good. And with your abs engaged, slowly lowering yourself back down. Good. You're gonna relax your core. But there's no break time because we got to bring our hips up into our bridge, okay? Our bridge is for the glute muscles. So the function of the glute muscles is to extend that femur, the thigh bone back. So let's pull those knees into our heels, heels into the floor. You want your knees stacked above your heels here. And as you raise your hips as high as you can, flexing your glutes, but pulling your knees into your heels, heels into the floor. Pull that right knee down, right glute. Left knee down, left glute. Both knees, both glutes. Good. And we'll start to peel ourselves back down again. Good. All right. Push that low back into the floor, knees to chest, chin to chest. Nice self-hug. All right. Feet come back down to the mat, below the hips. Hands by our sides, palms down. Engage the core. Pull that pubic bone up, base ribs down, flexing that stomach. Flex, flex, flex that stomach. Good. Once you got it. Yes, hold on to it. Lifting up that head, neck, and shoulders. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long. Chin tucked, crown reaching away. Keep engaging your tummy as you lower yourself back down again. Good. Keep engaging that tummy. Pull that pubic bone up, base ribs down. Lifting ourselves up again. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long. Chin tucked, crown reaching away. And we're lowering ourselves down again. Good. Base ribs, pubic bone. Flex that stomach. Come on up again. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long, crown reaching away. Feel like your abs are helping to hold you up. And slowly your abs are lowering you back down again. Don't release them till you're all the way down. Good. All right. Hands by our sides, palms down. Let's draw those hips up again. Okay. All right. Knees stacked below the heels. Pull the knees into the heels, heels into the floor. Knees stay hip width apart. If you need to put a block in between your knees, go for it. Okay. Flexing those glutes. Let's pull that right knee down. Right glute. Left knee, left glute. Both knees, both glutes. Continuing to breathe. Flexing those glutes. Awesome. And let's peel ourselves back down again. Oh, I started to feel some internal heat coming up now. Perfect. All right, low back into the floor. Knees to chest, chin to chest. We're halfway through our abs and bridge. We got this. It's not my favorite either, I promise, but it's kind of like flossing. It's really good for us. All right. Feet on the mat, below the hips. Feet hip width apart. Hands by our sides, palms down. Push that low back into the floor. Engage the core. Base ribs, pubic bone. I was saying that, and then I'm a huge Star Trek fan. And then on Star Trek Lower Decks, in the series finale, the number one officer to the captain became the captain, and he was a fitness guru. And he said, engage the core. I'm like, that was mine first. But anyways, I don't mind. I love it. All right, so we're engaging the core. Flex those abs, base ribs, pubic bone. Lifting up, retract those shoulder blades, back and down, crown reaching away, chin tucked. Keep those abs engaged as you lower yourself back down again. And we'll come on back up again. Retract those shoulder blades, back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Keep flexing those abs. Abs engaged as we lower ourselves back down. Good. One more time. Abs engaged as we retract those shoulder blades, back of the neck long, crown reaching away. Good, good, good. Keep those abs engaged. Lowering ourselves back down again. Good. You can relax the abdominals just long enough to drive those hips back up again. All right. Knees hip width apart. Heels stacked below the knees. Good. Let's pull those knees into the heels. Heels into the floor. Flexing your glutes. Good. Pull that left knee, left glute. Right knee, right glute. Both knees, both glutes. Flexing those glutes. Breathing. Good. And let's peel ourselves down. Good, we got one round left. All right, let's push that low back into the floor, knees to chest. Another self-hug. Good, all right. Feet back down to the mat, below the hips, hands by our sides, palms down. Back of the neck is long. All right? Push that low back into the floor. This is the final round of our abs here. Pull that pubic bone up, base the ribs down, flexing that stomach. Flex, flex, flex that stomach. Good. Keep flexing that stomach. Lifting up our head, neck, and shoulders. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long, chin tucked. Feel like your abs are helping to hold you up. Base ribs, pubic bone, still engaged as we lower ourselves down. Good. Keep flexing those abs. Reset it if you need to. And then come on back up again. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Flex, flex, flex the abdominal region. Good. And keep flexing the abdominal region as you lower yourself back down. And come on back up one more time. Flex that stomach. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long. Crown reaching away. Breathing. Good. Flex that stomach. And let your stomach lower you down. Nice and slow. Excellent. Hands by our sides, palms down. You can relax your tummy. Draw your hips up. Good. Okay. Flexing those glutes. Pull those knees into the heels, heels into the floor. Good. Good. Pull that left knee, left glute. Right knee, right glute. Both knees, both glutes, flexing your glutes. Flex, flex, flex the glutes. Good. And we'll peel ourselves back down again. All right. If anybody sits at a desk for a living, this is a must do because we need these muscles strong. Let's push our low back into the floor, knees to chest, chin to chest. Good. All right. Let's lengthen out. You might want to block for underneath of your head here. Okay, we're going to do our external obliques. Okay. Okay. I like my right hand reaching out, palm down. Left hand right in front of me. Okay. Let's go ahead. Engage the core again. Base ribs, pubic bone. We're flexing that stomach. Good. And then slowly to the count of 5, lift up your feet and knees. Okay. Now we've got not just our stomach, but we've got our external obliques going too. Yep, yep, yep. Touch them, feel them. Good. Keep flexing your stomach. Flex, flex, flex. Good. Almost there. Keep flexing. All right. Now slowly to the count of 5, we're going to slowly draw ourselves back down. Good. Relax. Now reconnect. Base ribs, pubic bone, flexing that stomach wall. Draw those feet and knees slowly up to the count of 5. Good. Abs, abs, abs. External obliques. Yep. Got them. Got them. Good. Holding them there. Good. And slowly to the count of 5. Drawing yourself back down before you let everything go. Good. And relax. Good. Reconnect. Re-engage that core. Abs, abs, abs. Base ribs, pubic bone. Flexing that stomach wall. To the count of 5. Drawing your feet and knees up. Good. Abs, abs, abs. So external obliques. Yep, we got it. We're holding it there. Good. Slowly to the count of 5. We're lowering down. Good. Now you can relax. We're going to switch sides. You might just have to roll. I got to switch to the other end of the mat. Okay, that left hand reaching out, palm down. Right hand down below. Good. All right. Engage the core. Base ribs, pubic bone, flexing that stomach wall. Good. Once you've got that there, you're in between 2 panes of glass. And let's slowly to the count of 5, draw our feet and knees up. Good. All right, make sure your abs are engaged, your external obliques. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Keep breathing. Keep flexing. Good. Almost there. Slowly to the count of 5, draw yourself down. Don't let go of those muscles. Don't just drop down. We're controlling the movement. Good. Relax. Good. Re-engage that core, base ribs, pubic bone, flexing that stomach wall. Good. Drawing those feet and knees up. Good. Make sure we've got them. Yep. Good. Holding that there. Good. And slowly lowering ourselves back down again. Good. In a controlled method. All right. You can relax. And let's re-engage our core again. Base ribs, pubic bone, flexing that stomach wall. Flex, flex, flex. Drawing our feet and knees up nice and slow. Good. Okay, abs, abs, abs. External obliques, yes. Good. Holding it there. Keep flexing the stomach. Good. And we'll slowly lower ourselves back down again. Excellent. Good. All right, you can relax. All right, we're gonna bring ourselves right up, push ourselves to our tables. Put your block out of your way. All right, so those knees hip width apart, stacked below your hips. Hands shoulder width apart, stacked below your shoulders. Nice soft bends in those elbows, lowering yourself down to make a nice flat back. Good. And we'll turn our heads to the right. Careful not to collapse in your core. And to the left. Back to the right. Back to the left. Once more to the right. And once more to the left. Good. Come on back to table. Inhale to press the spine, chin and tailbone come up. Good. Exhale, lead with that tailbone, backbone by backbone, arching that spine. Good. Open that up. Oh. And inhale to press that spine, chin and tailbone come up. Exhale, lead with that tailbone, backbone by backbone, arching that spine. Inhale to press. And exhale, lead with that tailbone, backbone by backbone, arching the spine. Good. And we'll come back to our flat backs. All right. Good. I'm gonna just put my notes here, have them ready. Okay, so let's go ahead, tuck those toes under. Lift those knees up. We're coming into our downward dog. We're pushing those hips to the back. Relax your head. Relax the back of your legs. You can straighten the legs as much as feels comfortable to you. Good. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves to our standing forward fold. Good. You have your back of your legs with a soft bend. Dangling your spine. All right. Let's go ahead, make sure our feet are hip width apart. Let's bring in our macro bend into our knees. So the knees are hovering above our toes. Come on into our chair pose. It's not enough just to go into the position. You got to flex your stomach. And I want you to think about the thigh muscles. Use your thigh muscles here. Yep, okay, they're engaged. Abs, thighs, front of the throat, breathing. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Good. All right, from here, from the thighs, slowly push from your thighs, coming into our standing mountain pose. Good. All right, let's come to the back of the mat. So there's a soft bend in those knees. All right, pelvis is neutral, shoulders slightly retracted, back of the neck long, chin slightly tucked. Good. Okay, if you look down at your feet, they're about a foot apart, right? We're gonna ski that left foot forward. without putting that right foot into the same track, okay? It remains away, pivoting that right foot. Because sometimes we end up with our feet directly behind each other, and the left foot needs to be in front of the right foot, but they still need to be in separate tracks, about a foot wide apart, okay? Anyways, I'll explain that better next time around. Let's turn our hips to face the two front corners of the mat. That left knee stacked above that left heel. That right foot is pivoted, okay? Your abs are engaged, our right thigh. Think about your right thigh and your abs, base of your pubic bone, biceps by the ears. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Good. Excellent. You're thinking about the thighs. You're thinking about your abs. You're thinking about the front of your throat. You're having that nice straight back leg. Good. Crown reaching up. Good. All right. We are going to slowly, using our abs and our left thigh. Have I been saying right thigh? I meant left thigh. Left thigh, left thigh, left thigh. Shoot. I hope I didn't. Anyway. All right. It's a one-take situation. Left thigh, abs, folding forward. Good. Come on, back up again. Use your abs and your left thigh to come back up again. And again, flying warrior. Abs engaged, left thigh, controlling your motions. Come on, back up again. Good, you're using your abs. You're using that left thigh. One more time. Left thigh and abs engaged, controlling the motion to our flying warrior. Hands reaching to the back. Abs, left thigh. Okay, from the left thigh and the abs, we're pushing ourselves back up. Warrior one. Good. We're going to bring our hands behind us. Good. Retract those shoulder blades. Take the bend all but 90%. 10%. And then we are folding forward with this nice straight flat back into straight leg runner stretch. Keep retracting those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Feel the stretch down the back of the left thigh. Sensation is good. Pain is not good. Good. All right, breathing. Enjoying that stretch. All right, let's slowly bring ourselves out of that hinge. Bring the bend back into that left knee. Warrior one again. Abs, left thigh. Okay, we're going to open up to warrior two. So those hips open up like a clamshell to the two side corners of the mat. That left knee stays stacked above that left heel. Still using that left thigh and our abs. Hands open, shoulder width. Good. Nice open chests. All right, we're going to bring that left elbow onto that left knee. Keep your abs engaged, the left thigh engaged. We're going to bring that right hand, palm facing down, over. Good. Nice long right side body. Abs, left thigh. Good. And from here, from the left thigh and the abs, we're coming back up. Good. Right hand comes onto the back of the right thigh. Left hand comes up. All right. Abs, left thigh, still going. All right. All right, come on back to the warrior two. Left thigh and the abs. Let's take that bend all but 10% out. We're gonna reach forward. Bring that back of the left hand to the inside of the leg. We want those arms open. It's about length, not depth. Those arms at 12 and 6. Nice open chest. Some people can go really deep. I can't. I don't have that flexibility yet. But it's about being open in the chest first. Before bringing your hand further down below. All right, let's find our warrior two again. Abs, left thigh, and then the warrior one. And from the abs and left thigh, lower yourself down very carefully into your warrior two, your downward dog. All right. Pushing your hips to the back of the room. Relax your head. Relax the back of your legs. Let your heels go down as far as they can. We're not forcing anything. And let's slowly come back to our table. Okay. Walk yourself back to the bottom of the mat. Good. The knees and hips stay where they are. We're going to walk ourselves forward and take the bend out of the hips. Okay, we're into our modified plank. Okay, abs, abs, abs. Retract those shoulder blades. Okay, our abs are engaged. We're breathing back the neck long. Chin tucked, crown reaching away. Good. And slow like molasses. We're lowering ourselves down. Keep using your abs, abs, abs. Good. And find our cactus arms. Okay, forehead to the floor. Cactus arms. All right, retract those shoulder blades in and down the back. And relax. Retract those shoulder blades in and down the back. And relax. One more time. Retract those shoulder blades in and down the back. Hold it there. Push into your hands. Find your cobra. Retracting those shoulder blades back the neck long. Chin tucked, crown reaching away. This is a strengthy cobra. It's all about the upper back, the front of the throat. Good. Without collapsing and just disengaging the muscles, we're slowly lowering ourselves back down again. Good. Hands under our shoulders. Retract those shoulder blades. Abs engaged. All right? We're pushing ourselves back up into that modified plank. Good. And then come on back up to table. Widen those knees, toes together, child's pose. Okay, let's walk our hands and body off to the left. And back to the center. And over to the right. Walk ourselves back to center. Okay, let's draw ourselves back up to table. I'm just going to turn around so that for the camera. All right. Okay, those knees hip width apart. Those knees stacked below the hips. Hands shoulder width apart, stacked below the shoulders. Good. Abs gently engaged enough to protect us from collapsing. All right. Let's tuck those toes under, downward dog. Pushing those hips to the back from the hands. Relax your head. Relax the back of your legs. Allow your heels to go as far down as what feels comfortable, not forcing anything. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves to our standing forward fold. Feet hip width apart. Legs as straight as comfortable. Sensation, not pain, as always. Dangling. All right, let's put in a nice big macro bend into those knees hovering above the toes there. Let's bring ourselves into our chair, abs engaged, base of his pubic bone, flex that stomach, and we're using those thighs, thighs. Get those thighs going, abs, pull those shoulder blades down the back. Think about the front of the throat, back of the neck long, chin slightly tucked, crown reaching away. Good. All right, creating some heat here, aren't we? Okay, almost there. All right, from the thigh muscles, slowly bring yourself up to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. All right, good. I'm gonna come to the back of the mat. Feet hip width apart. Soft bends in the knees. Shoulders retracted, back of the neck long, chin slightly tucked, pelvis neutral. Let's look down at our feet. Our feet are hip width apart. See, in Canada, we cross-country ski, and there's always two tracks for the skis that run beside each other. So if you know cross-country skiing, you'll understand this. Let's ski that right foot forward, pivot the left foot. Okay, good. We're turning those hips to the two front corners of the mat, that right knee hovering above that right heel. Hopefully I got my rights and lefts working properly this time. So those hips to the two front corners, knees stacked, biceps by the ears, pull those shoulder blades down, abs engaged. I want you to think about your right thigh and abs, right thigh, abs. Good, base of his pubic bone, flexing that stomach. Good, right thigh. Good, okay. Using our right thigh and our abs, we're going to slowly lower ourselves into our flying warrior. Hands going to the back, to the ceiling. Good. Pushing from that right thigh, using our abs. Come on, back up again. Good. Abs. Thighs, right thigh. Come on, back down. Good. Our abs and our right thigh are keeping us so safe. That's where our eye of the storm is throughout all of this. Building lots of strength. Okay, push into that right thigh, abs engaged. Come on, back up. We got one more to do. All right, lowering back down again. Excellent. Abs, right thigh. Good, breathing. All right, we're gonna push into that right thigh, use your abs. Come on back up to your warrior one. Abs. Let's bring our hands behind us. Retract those shoulder blades. Take all but 10% of that bend out of that front knee. Okay, there's a steel rod from our tailbone to the top of our head, cannot be bent. So we're just hinging from the hips forward. Keep retracting those shoulder blades, it'll help. Back the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Good. Feel that stretch down the back of that right thigh and leg. Straight leg runner stretch here. Breathing. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. This is a little break. Little chance to catch our breath, hey? All right. Break time's over. Bring that bend back into that right knee stacked above that right heel. Abs engaged, warrior one. Pull those shoulder blades down your back. And now let's open up to our warrior two. Okay, those hands reaching to the front and the back of the mat as our hips open up to the sides. That right knee stays stacked above that right heel. Okay, abs, right thigh. Let's bring that right elbow onto that right knee. And we'll turn open, left hand towards the top of the mat, palm facing down, head looking at the ceiling. Abs engaged to protect yourself. You don't want to be wobbly. And if you've got your eye of the storm or your base camp ready, then we should be able to withstand a gust of wind or anything like that. All right, let's find our warrior two again. Then that left hand to the back of the left thigh, right hand reaching up. Okay, right thigh in the abs, keeping us steady and safe. Good, warrior two. Take all but 10% of that bend out of that front leg. reaching forward. Bring that back of the right hand to the inside of your leg. Left hand reaches up. Those arms, 12 and 6, nice open chest. If you can go lower, that's great, but not at the expense of an open chest. Breathing, abs engaged, enough to protect you. And then let's come on back to warrior 2. Good. And warrior 1. Right thigh, abs. Let's use the abs and the right thigh to slowly lower ourselves back down. Good. Find our downward dog. Push those hips to the back. Relax the back of the legs. Your heels go down as far as your body will let you. Don't push it. And relax your head. Good. All right, let's slowly bring ourselves back to table. Make sure we're at the back of the mat here. I am. Okay, so those knees stay where they are. Let's walk our hands forward. Come into our modified plank. Okay, our abs are engaged. The hips are high enough, but not too high. Low enough, but not too low. Abs, abs, abs. Good. Retract those shoulder blades. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Breathing. And let's slowly, like molasses, in a controlled way, lower ourselves back down. Good. Forehead to the floor. Good. Cactus arms. All right. Retract those shoulder blades in and down your back. Engage your abdominal wall. Good. Base camp is built. Let's lift up our elbows and hands, feet and knees, and our head. We're looking directly below us. Keep flexing your abs, upper back muscles, back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. We're breathing. We're using our glutes to hold up our feet and knees. Our abs are protecting us. Good. Keep breathing. Almost there. All right. And slowly, let's lower ourselves back down. Awesome. Okay, hands under the shoulders. Retract those shoulder blades, abs engaged. Okay, we're pushing ourselves back up to that modified plank and then back to our table. Widen the knees, toes together. Child's pose. Okay, let's walk our hands and body off to the left. And back to the center. And to the right. Come on back to the center. And let's come on back up to our tables. And we're going to come onto our seats with our legs out in front. Okay, this is working towards boat pose, but I like to call it lazy boy because it's not quite there. Because I'm not quite there, but one day I will be, and then we'll be doing boat pose. But for now, it'll be lazy boy pose, okay? So I like to point my toes towards the nose, hands in front, retract those shoulder blades. We want that nice flat back, back of the neck long, chin slightly tucked, crown reaching up, okay? Engage your abdominals. We're gonna lean back onto our sacrum and tailbone. Good. All right, hands reaching forward, but those shoulder blades reaching back towards each other, back of the neck long, chin tucked, okay? Crown reaching away. If your head wants to start jutting forward, it means you've leaned too far back, that your body's trying to compensate. Keep using your abs. Back of the neck long, crown reaching away, retracting those shoulder blades, breathing. If you want to bring your legs up, just make sure you don't lose the integrity of your flat back. All right, breathing, and slowly lower those legs. Come on back up again. All right, as always, we're just honoring our capabilities without comparing ourselves to others. Okay, you did a great job. We're gonna lean back for our final, most important pose of all, which is Shavasana. I'm gonna grab my blanket. It's only gonna be 5 minutes, and I just think it's really special. I hope you don't quit now. I hope you take the full 5 minutes. It's a rebellious act of, against grind culture of just being busy. So we're just existing in time and space without doing anything, and we're breathing. But we're not necessarily shaping the breath, and we're not thinking about anything, but we're not controlling our thoughts either. We're just existing. I'm gonna leave my blanket now. All right. Go ahead, let yourself go. I will get us all up in 5 minutes, I promise. All right, let's start to add movement to the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, elbows and knees. When you're ready, let's roll onto the right side of our bodies. Okay, put those hands under our body and let's push ourselves up into seated. Keeping those eyes closed just a bit longer. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching away. Left hand to our heart and our right hand on our left hand. May we understand the strength that we can cultivate inside of us, to use it for us, for self-love. Namaste. All right, thank you. Hope you liked it, and see you next time.